Throughout its long history, Beijing, formerly known as Peking, has transformed from a center of imperial grandeur to a city subjugated by foreign powers, and in the 21st century has re-emerged as a seat of global power and influence, modernizing at a dizzying pace. However, amid the new skyscrapers, crowded highways, and all the other trappings of development brought on by China's rise, Beijing retains much of the passive charm that characterized it a century ago. This is the true reward for visitors, the discovery that, at its cultural core, very little of the city has actually changed. Flanked by triumphalist Soviet-style buildings, Tiananmen Square is an immense void of paved stone at the symbolic center of the Chinese universe. Watched over by Mao's portrait, it's an iconic place, albeit a bit unsettling for a stroll. Mao conceived the square to project the power of the Communist Party, and during the Cultural Revolution, he held parades of up to 1 million people here. The Forbidden City receives 16 million visitors each year and was home to the emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties for 500 years until 1911. Located in the heart of Beijing, the Forbidden City is a remarkable portrait of China's history, culture, civilization, and architecture. The year 2020 marked the 600th anniversary of the Forbidden City, which the palace celebrates by ensuring that more of the complex is open to visitors than at any other time in its history. The Palace Museum, as the Forbidden City is officially called, first opened in 1925, just 1 year after Puyi, the abdicated last emperor, was evicted from the inner court. Enclosed by 3.5 kilometers of citadel walls in the heart of Beijing, the UNESCO-listed Forbidden City is China's largest and best preserved collection of ancient buildings. Despite its antiquity, most of the buildings you see here are 18th century Qing dynasty constructions and renovations. The temple, which resembles the layout of the Forbidden City, is a group of buildings in 3 large courtyards separated by walls. The main hall within the temple is the Hall of Ancestral Worship, which is one of only 4 buildings in Beijing that stands on a 3-tiered platform, a hint that it was the most sacred site in Imperial Beijing. Ditan Park is a large complex or expanding park that is rarely visited. It's more park than temple with a square shape, symbolizing the earth, although most of the structures are on the ground. But if you're looking for peace and tranquility, and to take a breather while visiting some shrines and ancient sacrificial grounds, it's worth stopping for a while. China's second largest Confucian Temple is a haven of calm and academic contemplation. Stroll among the towering stone stels mounted on the backs of the mythical Bishi, a creature with the body of a dragon topped by the shell of a turtle, and inscribed with the achievements of scholars from the past. The Lama Temple extends through a crescendo of increasingly divine halls in a whirlwind of incense and prayer wheels to its surprising finale, an 18-meter high Buddha statue carved from a single trunk of Tibetan sandalwood. The most revered Tibetan Buddhist temple outside Tibet, the Lama Temple was originally the royal residence of the prince who would become Emperor Yongzheng, hence the yellow tiles in the central corridors. The Tianning Temple Tower is the oldest existing above-ground building in Beijing. The tower has a height of almost 58 meters and is a solid brick tower with 13 80-pointed floors. The entire tower is beautiful and upright, majestic and magnificent, reflecting the high level of architectural art of the Liao dynasty. Without a doubt, the Great Wall of China is a place you shouldn't miss during your visit to Beijing. More than 27,000 people visited on an average day, which is an excellent reason to consider less famous entry points, such as Jinshanling and Sima Tai. Some sections offer unique hiking opportunities, with impressive landscapes of the surrounding mountains and with the deserted walls snaking on the horizon. The Temple of Heaven is a collection of impressive ancient buildings where emperors went to worship heaven and pray for a good harvest. An oasis of methodical Confucian design, the 267-hectare Temple of Heaven Park is unique. It is considered the most sacred of Beijing's Imperial temples. The extensive residence of Prince Gong is most notable for its wonderful gardens, which feature artificial hills, ponds, rocks that mimic mountain ranges, whimsical pavilions, and even a representation of the Great Wall. The architectural highlights of this fantastic royal courtyard are the Western-style gate and the Great Theatre House, where tourist groups enjoy brief performance of Peking opera. On the site of the ancient Temple of Agriculture, you'll find this museum that explores traditional Chinese construction techniques. By reviewing the supports and hinges, you'll gain key insights into Beijing's courtyard houses. Although the Summer Palace is just 10 miles from the center of Beijing, visiting it is like entering another world. It's a marvel of Chinese garden design and one of Beijing's must-see attractions. The Summer Palace was the royal retreat for emperors fleeing the stifling summer lethargy of the ancient imperial city, and more recently was the retreat of the Empress Dowager Cixi. It deserves a full day's visit for exploration of its waterways, pavilions, bridges, and temples. It is the largest and best preserved imperial garden still existing in China. Less than a 10-minute walk from some of Beijing's most popular tourist sites, there is a hidden gem that showcases the best the city has to offer in art, gastronomy, and culture. A 3,500 square meter cultural space located on the grounds of a restored 600-year-old temple. This cathedral-like Bauhaus space, with ceilings adorned with red Maoist slogans, is the quintessential 798 photograph, whether there's an exhibition or not. Built in the 1950s and established as a gallery by artist Huang Rui in 2003, several pieces of the old machinery built in East Germany have been left in place. Located in Beijing's Dongcheng district, near Chaoyangmen Metro Station and Dongxi Station, the building has a unique shape. Galaxy Soho has a collection of office buildings, restaurants, shopping centers, entertainment venues, and other facilities. Initially perceived as quite traditional and even a bit rigid, you will quickly discover that Beijing has much to offer in terms of culture, art, nature, entertainment, and nightlife, not to mention shopping and above all, food. Beijing offers an incredible variety of dining options, from simple and affordable home-style establishments to world-renowned culinary options. Make sure not to leave the city without trying the Peking duck. It's an unexpected flavor amid other local dishes, but a wonderful experience for the taste buds and certainly well worth trying. Beijing simply offers the best of both worlds, a glimpse into the magnificent past and present of one of the planet's centers of power, with all the contemporary luxuries and modern conveniences of an exciting global megacity.